Hello again. I'm Violet. I'm a witch, and I like to talk about weird things. If you're a human living on Earth currently, you're probably having a bad time. There's a lot of stuff going on. Where I live in the United States, all over the world, there's a pandemic. My government's killing people. It's pretty fucked up. But there's always something good that will happen. No matter how bad things get, no matter how hard things are, no matter how scary things are, something good will always happen, somehow. And this isn't to minimize the events that are happening right now. This is to give you hope that your entire life hasn't hopefully been destroyed meaninglessly, and that there is something that you can look forward to. So, this is a pick a card tarot reading. The way these work is that I'm going to do 4 different readings. I will show an object, and I'll say, like, this is for the first reading, this is for the second reading, this is for the third reading, this is for the 4th reading. And you choose an object, or choose a number, or really whatever it is, whatever you feel drawn to. Try to use your intuition, and you will go to the description below, or I'll even put it in like the comments, probably like a pinned comment that I'll post below the video, and go to the timestamp, and then you'll jump to the portion of the video where your reading is. You can listen to all these if you want, but it wouldn't be specific. I'm actually going to be like channeling for the people who are watching this, so the message will be specific to you. So if you watch all of them, it may not really apply. I wouldn't watch more than 1 or 2 piles. If you really feel like there's 2 of them you should listen to, go ahead. So hopefully that makes sense. I'll go ahead and get the objects. So this is going to be option 1. It's like a beauty guru. This is a perfume bottle my grandma gave me. This is pile 2. It's just a really cute bear I found on eBay. This is pile 3. This little dog. This also came from eBay in a bundle of clowns I got. And then this is pile 4. It's an opalite heart. It's really cute. Okay, so decide which object you feel drawn to, which number, 1, 2, 3, or 4. Go down to the comments or the description, hit the timestamp, and you'll go to your part of the reading. And I'm going to go ahead and start with pile 1. Now, I'm going to try and pull less cards, so hopefully I don't do a super long reading, but I'm going to do my tarot cards. These are Sibylla cards. I love this. It looks like a Valentine candy box or something. And these are my Lenormand cards. Okay, so I'm going to focus on you. What next positive event will be occurring for the people who are watching pile 1? What message do you want me to give to them? I'll try to do it so you can see me. What is the message for pile 1? What positive thing is happening for pile 1? Just fell upside down. Okay. These are my Lenormand cards. What is the positive thing that is coming next for pile 1? Okay. What is the next positive thing coming for pile 1? Okay. So, the next positive thing coming in your life, I have the High Priestess. This is an Italian deck. I can. La papesa. I don't know. I'm so sorry. So sorry I tried. Pile 1. The Scythe. From Lenormand. And from Sibylla, we have Sadness. So this message is pretty clear to me. You're the High Priestess. This is about your intuition, your true psychic gifts. This is about believing in yourself. This is about somewhat diving into mystery and like pulling away. Somehow pulling away is positive for you. The Scythe is about cutting out things that are no longer necessary. It can sometimes be a painful separation. It's usually very sudden. Think about how a scythe harvests. It's harvesting. And then we have sadness, which is quite self-explanatory. You are going to be following your intuition, and because of that, you are removing sadness from your life. There's something that you've known about yourself for quite a long time. There's a skill that you have been afraid of sharing with people. With the High Priestess, this could be that there's most likely something that you have studied that you're very good at. There's something that you would like to study, but it's something that you already know. You have some type of understanding or knowledge to something in a divine way that you maybe didn't have to truly learn. If you learned this already, it was something you were very drawn to. It would be something where like you learned about astrology because you just saw a book that you had to get and picked it up, or you learned about even like making like vape equipment or something, just something that you felt passionate about and like you were able to do. It could be something, I'm seeing for a lot of people this has to do with things you can do with your hands. So there's something material wise that you're able to build. It could be leather tooling that you're very good at. Certain types of woodworking for a few people, resin art I'm seeing. There's a very specific subject someone's studying that could be seen as really weird to others. So there is something that you want to pursue. It is a given talent to you. It's something that has to do with your soul. You've come here to do this thing. It doesn't have to be like the end all be all, but it's part of who you truly are and what you need to express to others. Following your intuition is going to allow you to cut out sadness. For a lot of you, this could be specifically a person that you need to let go of. Somebody who's been toxic to you that you know you've needed to set boundaries with. And I do think that possibly part of the silver lining of the pretty horrific situation we're going through in terms of the pandemic is that you will be forced into isolation, and through this time and through reflecting into like your true intuition and your instincts, you're going to know that you'll harvest a lot more from this person by just cutting them out. Someone has been making you feel unnecessarily sad. Someone may have been toxic to you. I would say that they definitely have been toxic to you. Or I would say that this is also a psychic vampire. So you can be a psychic vampire. You can partake in psychic vampirism or vampirism if you would like to, and if you have consenting parties. But if someone is attached to you and they're pulling your energy without consenting, that's not fair. You can choose to consent, but if someone is preying upon you because they view as weak, or most likely this person can't maintain their own emotions, I think. This is someone who's pretty out of balance. They're sort of out of control. I'm seeing some people with drinking issues, to the point where it just has become overwhelming. You may, hold on. I think that what has happened is that this person's negativity has influenced you to make you think that their behaviors are your own. You may think that you have a substance issue, but it could be related specifically to this person. They could be influencing you to partake in, it doesn't have to be substance, but it could just be something fearful, something makes you afraid, something makes you feel unsafe. This person has been playing into that. And through your intuition, through following this gift you have, this talent, maybe even something that they said that you wouldn't be good at, it could, if this is like a domineering parent or someone who's had control or a teacher, you know, there could be a message about they I think that your connection, if they did not specifically tell you this is something you can't do, you're not good enough to do, if they didn't specifically be like, you're not good at leather tooling or something like that, then your relationship with this person has held you back from expressing your true psychic gifts or your true intuitive gifts related to just you. You know, like when you're in the zone and you can just do something, like some people really get math, and when they do math, they just like fall into another dimension. Sometimes when you're making art, you know, you just escape from yourself, and that's whenever your truth really comes out. I mean, you're escaping from the world, not really yourself. There is something that you're really good at, and it's time to start doing it. And maybe you don't know you're good at it. It's time to try. Whatever the thing is that's coming to your mind as I'm talking about this, that's what you need to be doing. Because it will give you the power and the strength to very quickly, clearly remove this perceived obstacle out of your life. This person also, I'm feeling, is not going to react. They will most likely self-sabotage in return. They may do something where they talk shit about you a little. They may see you as thinking you're too good for them. Whatever it is, don't worry. I really doubt this person would approach you or tell you how they feel. They most likely will see that you are doing something privately for yourself, and they'll be intimidated by that. So don't be afraid to follow through with cutting off this person, because I don't see any retaliation. This is something you know you need to do. Now, if you're just like, oh God, who could that person be? Don't rush into like jumping into something. Give yourself time. This is really about your intuition. Perhaps you don't know yet. You need to find out. And as you allow yourself to express yourself, that will come out. That's everything I have for pile 1. I really hope this message helps you. I know that it is slightly negative sounding in a way that like you'll need to cut out someone, but please see this as you're being empowered through yourself to cut out toxic people from your life that have been hurting you. And you'll be so much happier. I'm seeing the bouquet card in my head from Lenormand, which is a gift. You will be so much happier whenever you remove this energy from your life. And it will happen really easily. You will not be harmed by this. And if the person is harmed by this, it will be egotistical and superficial, and they'll get over it. So I really hope that this helps you. I really hope you're able to stay safe. I'm sending all my love to you and feelings of protection. Okay. Put those back in. All right, pile 2. I'm ready for your reading now. I'll shuffle my cards up a little bit more. What is the next positive thing that will happen for pile 2? What do they have to look forward to? Oh boy, 3 cards came out. Do I want to take all 3? Yeah, I'll take all 3 for you guys. My Lenormand cards. What is the next positive thing happening in pile 2's life? That's way too many. Come on now. If I was sitting at a table, this would be easier. I'm sitting on the floor. I just like doing that. It makes me feel like a kid. That's what I always did as a kid. It made me feel like safe and comfortable. It's very grounding, connected to the earth, support on your back. I also have spine problems, so it's good for me. What is the next positive thing happening for pile 2? There we go. House. Okay. So we have the 2 of Swords, 4 of Swords, the 5 of Cups. These are tarot. From Lenormand, we have the casket, or the coffin. I think that's a coffin. And then we have house. So I'm going to tap into this a little bit. You have been refusing to rest. You've been keeping yourself from relaxing. The Two of Swords talks about being blocked off from energy, being blocked off from doing what you need to do. Typically the Two of Swords says that, like, you know that there is something that would be good for you, but you're not doing it out of fear or just feeling like maybe you aren't good enough to do it. You most likely have been really overworked. You're either a new parent or you are considered a necessary worker right now, or you're just extremely emotionally taxed by what's going on in the world. But I am getting the feeling that for most of you this is work related. You've been working a lot. The Four of Swords says that this is a card of rest. This is necessary rest. This is time. You need to take a break. Like, you need to take a break and reflect. Because with the Five of Cups, it's saying that what you're reflecting on now is just everything you're missing. You've been overworking and not recognizing how hard you've been working and what you've done for others. You're not tapping into feelings of gratefulness for yourself. And I understand whenever there is something so massive happening in the world that it feels like the donations you're making or the news you're watching or the job you're working is just like a raindrop in the ocean. It's really hard to feel grateful for yourself or feel positive. I really feel like some of you have been saying to yourself, like, you don't matter, you're not, like, you feel like you're not really making any kind of difference, but I really feel like you are. I'm seeing a lot of you feel like you're just spinning like a wheel in dirt. Also, there could have been like repeated issues in your life with things not working. I think for some of you, it's like these appliances kept breaking and car issues and issues in your home. What this is saying is that is ending. That time is ending. The time of stagnation, the time of fear of moving forward, the time you've taken, or the distraction that's been placed on you from following through with your intuition. The Two of Swords is about blocking our truth. So the Ace of Swords, typically the first sword before the two, is standing forward and speaking your truth and being open and allowing your truth to shine in front of you, like being guided by your truth, being guided by your integrity. And the Two of Swords says that you have felt blocked off by that. You felt like you don't have integrity and you have nothing to be proud of. With the Four of Swords, it's saying that it is time to rest, but also your resting hasn't been peaceful. While you're resting, you're staying awake, or while you're resting, you're still dreaming, or your mental, okay, I'm seeing two images. I'm seeing the swords being broken up into different cards. So with the Four of Swords energy, you're letting your mental anguish keep you from truly healing when it's time for you to heal. The little bit of time you've had in between shifts or feedings or whatever it is, like with your children or whatever it is you're doing, you've just been playing over a lot of things in your head. You really could be just feeling the aching pain of the universe and just not being able to shut off from it. And with the Five of Cups, you feel like you're missing an opportunity. You feel like because the world has paused, you may be forced into doing work you really didn't want to do. You may have changed jobs right before the pandemic also, and now you feel really stuck and you don't know how you're going to get out of that. The Coffin is saying that is ending. The Coffin is about end. It's about rest also, but it ends. It's going to stop. Whatever feeling, I don't want to say you're losing your job, but for some of you, the aspect of your job that is so demanding is going to end. Some of you really could be choosing new jobs, so I think a lot of you too are going to be working from home, choosing to work from home, because the House here is sort of like the silver lining. You're going to be spending more time at home. You'll be able to rest while you're at home. I feel like a lot of you will be able to take extra money you've earned and place that into rebuilding your home. It's really important for you to feel safe at home again because you need to really be able to rest. So there's an exercise, a visualization that I do when I don't feel safe. And it's also something I'll do before I go a place to like secure that place before I enter it. is a visualization. You can visualize a pillar of light in each corner of your room, and the pillars go up past your ceiling, and they can dome over your room, and it's protecting you. They're grounded deep into the earth, and they're very stable, like cement pillars. You can place a crystal at each corner of your room if you'd like to do something physical. Salt in the windowsill is very good. It helps to visualize that the energy that's coming in or wants to come in is being purified from the salt. Salt is also very strong protective energy. If you think about witches pouring a circle of salt around them before they work, if I had the money for salt, I'd do that too. Bust my Hoover. I'm just kidding. But anything that you can do that will help reinstate your space, I do think a lot of you will actually be able to be doing work on your home. So, is there any other message? I think there's one more message. I'm also just sort of feeling like it is really necessary for some of you to be reclusive. You're going to need to hide away and feel safe in your home, and that's okay. And you will have the opportunity to do that, to feel safe. I do feel like someone is dealing with a recent death. Also, I mean, who wouldn't be? Like, there's someone out there, of course, who's dealing with that energy. And I think that this will be time for you to be able to reflect on what has happened, and so that you can heal. I hope that message was helpful. The first two messages were sort of like, things have been bad, and you're going to make a decision that will make things better. This isn't really about a choice. This is just whatever the obstacle or like the frustration has been is ending. I really think it's the prolonged work and exhaustion you're feeling is ending, and the feelings that there isn't anything better, those things are ending, and a lot of it will be your positivity will be reclaimed by resting. You may even be able to invite someone to your home if it's safe. I trust you. Trust yourself. If you feel okay doing it. I'm not telling anyone what to do. I don't know what people are doing in their countries. I'm not breaking any rules. Please don't get mad at me. I'm just saying, it's okay for you. The opportunity will come. I hope that really helps you, Pile 2, at least a little bit. And I'm sending you love and feelings of protection. I shouldn't, frown. I don't know. Okay. Okay. So Pile 3. Let's get ready. I need to shuffle the cards again. If I do that again, it'll probably fucking hit me in the face. What is the next positive thing happening in Pile 3's life? Okay. What is the next positive thing happening in Pile 3's life? Okay. What's the next positive thing happening in Pile 3's life? Okay. So we have the Queen of Swords, the Anchor from Lenormand, and Enemy from Sibylla cards. I'm going to get another card as a clarifier. What positive thing is happening next in Pile 3's life? The Emperor. Need one more. What's the next positive thing happening in Pile 3's life? Okay. I was trying to get more cards because it seems heavy. It seems like a negative message, so I'm trying to understand it. What else fell out was the Emperor and the Widow. Let me take a moment. A lot of this is about people having the strength to leave situations. This one's supposed to be... Okay, this one's not meant to be literal. I need to read this in a intuitive way. I'm really getting a message about standing up to somebody. The Queen of Swords is about... She's standing up for herself. She's someone who is closing the door to other people. There's somebody that's been taking a lot of time and energy from you. This is another vampiric situation, that's sort of like pile 1. So you may have listened to pile 1 and pile 3. You don't have to listen to both. There's been a toxic, most likely woman in your life that has been really dependent upon you, and you're going to be taking steps to establish yourself away from them. There's something that you've been investing in. It could be a job or work. This also could just be, it doesn't have to be a toxic person specifically, but it could be just your family. For some of you, you haven't felt very comfortable in your home, and it has a lot to do with a lingering negative presence. Someone in the home is emitting like a cloud over the home. But you have an opportunity through work to anchor yourself into something new. Need more cards. This is a different message than the others. Yeah. King of Pentacles. Similar to the Emperor. This would be work-related success. Something's happening so that you're making enough money and finances to move away from a toxic home situation. I also feel like for some of you, this living situation has been taking a lot of money from you. This isn't the Thief card, it is the Enemy card. But an enemy would also steal from you. Looks kind of like Jack the Ripper. I think the designs from these are from 1920. Someone's been waiting around you to see you fail. Someone also has been pulling away from you and making you feel really shitty. Okay. There has been a person who has been pulling away from you. They may have stopped talking to you. They may have, it could be that your conversations have just turned judgmental, or it seems like they don't show affection to you like they used to before, because it's been a change. It's most likely because this person feels loss of some kind. They're struggling with their own issues, so this really doesn't have to do with you, but they're taking it out on you. And in a way you see them as an enemy, or they may enemize you. They may see you as an enemy. Enemize. They put you in their butt and sorry. Yeah, there's someone that it's time to let go of this connection, because you have enough within you to step away now and establish yourself on your own. And the next positive thing is that you will be able to do that. You have enough strength within you to settle into a new situation. I just need more cards. You could be moving. and totally making a new home somewhere else. Snake and moon. Yeah, this is just telling me, this is the same message. I'm getting the same message. And all these messages have started off with saying something really negative. But I think that's the point, is that I need to reflect. I always have to talk about present energy when I do readings. I'm pretty sure that it's just saying, like, this is what's happening, and don't worry, it's going to change. Like, you have the ability to change. And it's something way more stable. The Emperor and the King of Pentacles are powerhouse energies. It's someone who is able to stand on their own. You'll be able to contribute, like, your amount of necessary rent if you move in with roommates. You're going to be able to... You might also be moving back in with people you already lived with after leaving a situation. But the moon and the snake, this is sort of saying, one, go ahead and dive into your fears. Go ahead and just pursue what you think would be scary to you. If leaving this person behind is scary, leaving this family behind is scary, leaving these roommates behind is scary. It's also saying, though, that your suspicions about this person being untrue or being, like, not in your corner, being an enemy secretly, if they aren't apparently being your enemy, is true. They are secretly not in your camp. And I think you have an inkling of that already. And it doesn't have to be fully malicious, but with the enemy card and the Queen of Swords... The Queen of Swords is, she's mental. She doesn't give emotion. She will talk to you in a very mercurial, mental way, in her negative aspect. And because she's with the enemy, she would be in a negative aspect. This is someone who can say very cutting things to you. This is someone who may have, like, cut you down really negatively before, or you feel like they could just destroy you verbally. What's being said is that you do have the power and the strength and the foundation to leave the situation, and that you won't be dependent on this person's help in the future. In the near future, I feel like I should say, pretty soon. I hope that helps you, Pile 3. I'm sorry that you're dealing with something like this. I can relate, very much so, to dealing with someone that you're close to that feels like an enemy and you don't feel safe in your home. You, though, have the opportunity to leave, and you will be leaving. And you will be building a better, stronger foundation for yourself. You're going to be a lot better off after you leave the situation, because you'll be able to just express who you are and earn without having to hide what you're earning, so these people don't take more from you. And you'll be able to just... I really feel like you're going to start showing yourself more and being more present for yourself. I'm sending you love and feelings of protection. I hope that you feel safe, and I hope you are safe, and I hope you continue to stay safe. Okay. Pile 4. Pile 3 was pretty heavy. Oops. I thought I was shuffling them upside down. I want to shuffle in front of you guys and stuff, but I'm just sitting on the floor, cross-legged. So you can't really see it, so I'm trying to lift them up. Okay. What is the next positive thing happening in Pile 4's life? Okay, we had 2 cards. Let me shuffle these a little bit. What is the next positive thing happening in Pile 3's life? Okay, Pile 4, excuse me. Oh, these Sibylla cards. They're so little. Compared to my tarot cards, they're so small. I feel like a big ol' hands. Bigfoot. Too many. Okay. These 2. Okay, so you got some extra cards, too. What do we got? Gosh, we have such intense cards. cards. I'm looking for like positive messages, and like all these I have to do, like I have to twist them into like finding the silver lining, because I think everyone who's listening to these messages is having a really, really hard time and they can't see the light. We have the Queen of Swords and the King of Pentacles from the last reading. These two came up in the last reading, and you guys saw me shuffle the deck twice and pull, or like let them draw. I let them fall. I don't choose them. So Queen of Swords and King of Pentacles came up again. I mentioned in one of my videos that I used to get the same cards over and over again for people in different readings. So maybe that's happening to me again, but I'm sure it's a different message. We have the Cross from Lenormand. We have Thief, which I mentioned in my last reading, but we did not get, from Sibylla, and we have Anger from Sibylla. This is another similar message to pile 3, but kind of different. You know for a fact that someone has been taking something from you, but you feel like you have to let them because you feel like it's karma. They become extremely burdensome to you, and this person sees you as like someone that they can exploit, essentially. Actually, this person may see you as, okay, not necessarily someone they can exploit. They don't see you as dumb. They see you as the resource for them. They see you as their resource. Thief and Anger. The positive thing is going to be that you're going to express yourself to this person. You're going to call out their behavior and untie this karmic connection. Let's get another card for you guys too. Pearl 4. Knight of Swords. Yeah, that's what that means. Because Knight of Swords is like usually like a quick, sometimes painful truth. Sometimes it's just like a sudden message that needs to come in, and the person is unsure of themselves, or like they're sure of themselves but they don't use emotion. They just need to blurt out whatever it is. That's what's going to happen. I think that you're going to have the opportunity to catch this person doing something, and you're going to say something about it, and it's going to end the situation. You're going to untie the karmic tie you have to this person because they have been betraying you. Whether, if this isn't financial, this person has been taking advantage of like your kindness. It could also be that you're a lot more emotionally competent than this person, and the person who is like stealing from you essentially is not very good with their emotions and not very clear. They really just they talk sort of like me. I can describe my emotions. I don't know about feeling them. Like, hopefully I am not causing someone to feel that way karmically toward me. If so, please approach me and we will untie our karma together and we will set boundaries. Or I'll teach you how to cut cords from me if you need to. But, yeah, it's time for you to call out this behavior. You're going to have the opportunity to. I think also it could be that if it's not specifically you, this person's going to get caught and called out. I'm seeing also another scenario for people that, like, this is someone you work with and they take advantage of the situation. It could be something where, like, you always see them, like, fucking around, but they never get caught by the boss. They're going to get caught. And this will alleviate you very much. You'll actually be able to do the work you need to do because this person will untie themselves from you. You will end this connection. All these messages had to do with, like, you'll have the strength to end something. So I think, or you will have the opportunity to end something. So I guess that's the prevailing message for all of us, that there are things we need to end. I've been getting those messages for myself personally, that there are cycles that are ending. June seems to have that transition energy of, it's almost like a funnel, like, because of the retrogrades, I think, what has been, like, coming toward us this year is going to flip and, like, transition to something different. That's just what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the heart chakra, which can go, like, goes this way. It pulls energy in and, like, up. Sort of, I don't know. That was sort of the funnel image I was seeing, like a chakra is a funnel. So I hope that that message helps you. I hope that it is positive for you. Whatever this is, it's something that you will know. Don't be overly suspicious of people. Just, you know, if this resonates with you. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. It wasn't your message. It's totally fine. I'm sending you a lot of love and feelings of peace and security, and I hope that you are able to stay safe, and I hope you continue to stay safe, and I hope I see you again. Thanks.